Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central News Things. Today I'm going to go over a quick demo of a tool I've been using um, for some of my customers about this is an automated BC telemetry triage with Azure Logic App and AI. So we all know when something bad happens in BC, the platform or your custom code will trigger an event, and the event will be logged in application insights. For example, if I want to see all the log timeouts RT0012, I can just run this KQL query, traces where custom dimensions event ID is RT0012. I run that and I see two instances of a database log timeout. On the other hand, this events can happen, and sometimes we're not monitoring. We might, as developers, we might work on 20, 50, 30 customers at the same time, and we can't really be aware in real time when a locking issue happens. And not only locking issue, even though the demo is for RT0012, the tool can be easily expanded to multiple events. And we're going to discuss a little about it in towards the end. But just as an idea of what we're trying to demo in this video, ultimately, what the tool will generate so this is the repository telemetry to GitHub. What the tool, the Logic app, will generate an issue that will look just like this one here. So the automation is based on Logic app. Logic app runs once a day. It looks for certain events. It passes the events that are captured to an AI tool together with the details of the event. The AI tool has also access to the GitHub repository. With those two things, the AI tool can determine a resolution, and not only that, but we can also generate an issue that contains not only the instance of the event, but also resolution for the event from the AI tool. And we get something like this. We get the event itself, we get the root cause based on the analysis from AI, and we get a few ways we can fix it. And yeah, so that's the theme for today's video. Let's continue with the second page, the agenda. So what we're going to go over, we're going to go over VS Code, the culprit for generating that lock timeout event in application insights logs. We're going to look at Business Central on how we can trigger that locking event. We will look then in application insights and witness that event being logged in the telemetry. Then we're going to look at the Logic app, how everything works. We will use a Blob Storage for capturing the last time when the Logic app was run, so that when we run next time the query, the KQL query, we don't run it for the entire history captured in application size, but since last Logic app run. Then we have we'll look at the GitHub, what what issue we created, and a few notes at the end, a few words at the end. So let's start with Visual Studio Code. We have app.json. We're going to look at the table we created, at the code unit, and at the page. The page will have a few actions that, when launched from different sessions, will generate um, the event RT0012. So let's have a look at the code. We have the table here, nothing fancy, just a table with 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, fields, create that amount, description, and entry number. And then we have a page. The page is obviously exposing the fields in the table, but not only that, we have an action for seeding the table. We have an action for this action is to be run by one of the sessions, and this action will put a lock on the table. The second action run from a different session will try to acquire a lock, but won't, because there is already a lock on the first one in the first session, so it will eventually time out. Let's have a look at Business Central. I have hit here run just minutes ago, but we can rerun it again. So I don't need to see the data because it's already in. We can hold the log for a few seconds in one session, and we can try to log from a different session. Try to get a log from a different session. Eventually, we will receive errors that a log timed out, and we will run this query, and we will see at some point the log being generated. I have already 2 here, and eventually the telemetry log is created in Application Insights, and we can see it. We can inspect the telemetry log here, and we can see in the custom dimensions the event ID. Next is we have a look at the logic app. What it does is a trigger. The logic app is triggered daily. It reads a Watermark blob, basically a file, a text file, where we, after each logic app run, at the end of the running the logic app, we override the text file with the time and the day when the logic app last time ran successfully. And we're going to have a look at the query that gets executed by the logic app. And for each event that the query extracts from Application Insights, we're going to fetch all AL files. We're going to pass the content of those AL files to AI together with the event properties itself, the event from Application Insights, and with that we will create an issue. We call issues endpoint for GitHub to write the issue in GitHub, and then at the end we end the logic app with overwriting the watermark file. Let's have a look in Azure to see how that logic app looks like. So this is the logic app, the run that if we look at run history, we had it run once. So it gets triggered. It reads the watermark file when it was triggered last time. It's initializing the file. It's initializing the content of the file, of the watermark file. We're going to have a look at the watermark file too at some point. If it doesn't exist, it will create a blob file. Then we will query the application insights, and this is the query that's run. You see, we have here a date. So basically, we want to look at all the logs that have been created after this date. And the event ID has the RT0012. And there is a summarization. So we want to summarize how many times we had that log happened since last time the upload ran. And the output is passed to the AI, to the Claude. Basically, we're composing the Claude prompt. You are an expert in Microsoft Dynamics AL developer specializing in database performance. The Business Central environment, immediate telemetry, RT, analyze the event data. So we're passing here how many times was that. Basically, this goes into the description of the issue, GitHub issue. And on the log table, it is called the table level. When row level would suffice, is it called too early? Long running transactions, commit placement, set autocalc fields. So these are the focus of the AI tool. So it will respond with root cause and resolutions and actionable fixes. And we can see here in GitHub that indeed we've got a resolution checklist, what it's trying to go over, and then what the developer is suggested to look at, and the suspected lines and some code analysis. And we have also a prevention tip. And that's it. Let's go back to our agenda. The blob storage has as I said, a text file where we always override the content with when last time that happened, when last time the logic app ran. Let's go here. Let's go into the dashboard. We have here a storage account. We click on it. Look at the containers. And inside the container, we have a file, watermark file. And we can download it and open the content, and you can see it only contains the last time when the logic app ran. And actually, this is done. The last thing here, after we created the issue, we timestamp the watermark file with when the logic app ran last time. All right, and the next thing, yeah, one thing is I created labels in GitHub for telemetry, for performance and database logs. This can be created manually. Like if you go here and type labels, not labels on, but labels, we can see the database log, the performance, and the telemetry. Red, yellow, and blue. Let me know, what do you think these three colors represent? Why did I choose these three colors? And yeah, so I actually have here in VS Code where was that? Yeah, I had the three labels pushed using an invoke REST method via post post API. The API endpoint is labels, and it has the app API GitHub. This is the whole endpoint repos, my account, the repository, and then ending up with labels and the name, color, name, color, and the name of the label in color. And I use those three labels for RT0012. Um, for creating the um, logic app, you can create manually, or you can create it using a logic app template in either Bicep or in YAML format. What is YAML and Bicep? What do YAML and Bicep have in common? They are infrastructure as code use cases. So they are both used to automate the provisioning and configurations of IT infrastructure. So once you figure it out, um, one of the Azure services, let's say an application insights or a Blob Storage account, or in my case, a Logic app, you can export it as YAML or Bicep, and then you can use it um, consistently. Repeat. You can repeat that. You can create um, a Logic app based on that YAML or on that Bicep file. How can I run a Bicep file? To run a Bicep file, you need to use an Azure CLI command, and that is AZ deployment group created. Going back to our agenda, what could we do more? This logic app only looks at RT0012, but we can easily expand it um, to many other events. Just change the KQL from custom dimensions.event ID to from RT0012 to EN, and you pass the whole range of events that you want to monitor and capture with the logic app. And that's pretty much it. If I remember something that I forgot, I will drop it in the comments or in the description of the YouTube video um, if I remember something important. But until then, thank you for coming again on my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you, and have a good day.